I'm really, really, really excited to be in Louisville, Kentucky tonight with all of you. Thank you. And I want to thank my buddy, my friend, Congressman Yarmouth. He is a phenomenal member of Congress. You are so lucky to have him advocating for you. And I'm proud to call him chairman now, since the Democrats are in charge of the House of Representatives. Because we used to sit on the budget committee together in those long, dark nights when we were in the minority, and we could only offer amendments and get 5 minutes to speak and try to start a fight here or there if we could. We were kind of good at it. And now to see what we can do when we have power, as the great member of Congress, John Dingle from Michigan, who was the dean of the House for a long time, used to say, we don't have power, we hold power. We hold the power that you give us, and nobody advocates for you better than John Yarmouth. So I'm proud to be here with my buddy John. To our Ohio crew, I love you. I'm sorry I made you do this in 24 hours. But us new Democrats, we're all about efficiency, so we wanted to squeeze that time horizon down. And we got it done. You know, we've had a pretty tough week in Ohio. But it's unfortunately not very different than so many other communities are experiencing every single day or every single week across the United States. The scourge of gun violence in our country is a black mark on our politics, on our society, on our country, on our leadership. The stories that we all hear, the stories that so many moms tell us, bring us to tears, make us admire your courage, your thoughtfulness. They bring us to a state of outrage that this continues to happen in the most powerful country in the world. Our kids go to school and have to do drills and even think about a gunman coming into their school, that we now can be afraid to go to Walmart or church or City Hall or an entertainment district in a town like Dayton or in a city like Louisville. And we gather here tonight, we got on a caravan this morning at 6 o'clock to come here because we want everybody to know across the United States of America that we are fed up. We don't want any more speeches. We want action. We want to change the United States of America. We want better. We want new. We don't want left and right. We want new and better. Okay? New and better. And we welcome Republicans and independents and libertarians and Green Party people into this movement because that's how you build real change. I want us to have Mitch McConnell pass these two bills that are sitting on his desk right now. Bring it to the floor. to rethink the way we operate in this country. I want us to start thinking differently. Joseph Campbell, the great comparative mythologist, said revolutions aren't about breaking something. Revolutions are about bringing forth something. And we are here tonight to bring forth a new way of doing business in the United States of America. We are here to bring forth putting the people first and getting all the special interests out of our politics. We want them out. Get 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 them out. We want the people to govern again in the United States of America. We want to change the narrative. I want us to start playing offense instead of so much defense. I know you have a couple football teams here in Kentucky. Got a couple basketball teams here in Kentucky. Let's play offense. Let's tell the gun lobby that they no longer control the terms of this debate. We control the terms of this debate. And it starts with we are going to make every neighborhood in the United States safe again for our people. No longer will we be afraid in the United States of America. We want to secure the country for Brady, for every kid going to school, for Mason and Bella and your kids. And I want to say directly to all of you who have shared so many painful stories just in the short time I've been here, that there is nothing more inspirational to me as a 17-year congressman, as a human being, than to see someone take pain and grief and the most unimaginable sorrow and live with it every single day, and yet somehow have the courage to convert it into action to make sure that those tragedies don't happen again. There's nothing more inspirational than that. I just want to say a couple more quick things. We are in a high state of alert emotionally in the United States today. I don't think anything illustrates that more than the video that we saw coming out of Times Square in New York City a few days back. And I met a woman who works for the catering company here. I think her name was Lilia, who was at Times Square last week when that motorcycle, for those of you who don't know, a motorcycle backfired multiple times in Times Square. And people ran because they thought it was gunshots. And Lilia got trampled on, and people were running into bars just like you saw in Dayton, trying to hide and lock the door. And it was a motorcycle that backfired. And when I saw that video, I thought to myself, that's America right now. That's America. And we're not talking about taking people's hunting rifles. We're not talking about people's ability to take care of their family or protect themselves. I take our son hunting at least once a year. This is not about that. This is about getting weapons of war that are designed to kill people quickly off the streets of the United States of America. And we will do this. We will do this. We will politics 19 years. My wife's a school teacher. Our 3 kids go to public school in Ohio. I have an F rating from the NRA in my wife had to tell the kids, this is the only time you're allowed to go from an A to an F. We're going to make this change. I can feel it on the ground. You probably can too. I had more Republicans grab me at the vigil in Dayton. And I stayed for a couple hours after and talked and hugged and cried. I had more Republicans come up to me, John, and say, Congressman, please do, I'm a Republican, please do something. This has gone too far. We have the coalition that's coming together, and Moms Demand Action is at the front and center of pulling that coalition together. So we're going to play offense. All of you have now been deemed from an old quarterback in Northeast Ohio. You're all quarterbacks. You all start playing offense. You hear? So we also want to thank the Ali Center here, and I just want to tell you one last story. I want to tell you one last story that I heard secondhand about Muhammad Ali. So I told my team as we were pulling up here, whatever you do, don't ask anybody if this story is true until after I tell the story. But there's a story that the champ was walking down here in Kentucky, and someone went up to him and said, hey, champ. He said, hey, how you doing? And he said, guy said, great. I'll never forget, I got to see one of your fights. And the champ said, that's great, nice. And the guy said, yeah, you got knocked down in the 3rd round or something like that. And champ said, wasn't my fight. And the guy said, no, it was your fight. I'll never forget it. I mean, I went to see the champ fight. Said, she got knocked down in the 3rd round. Champ said, wasn't my fight. He says, me and my dad went to the fight. He was like that father-son thing. And I'll never forget it, but you got knocked down in the 3rd round. And the champ said, wasn't my fight. I ain't never been knocked down. I'm either up or I'm getting up. Moms are never knocked down. Moms are either up or they're getting up. Dads are never knocked down. They're either up or they're getting up. Our kids are never knocked down. They're either up or they're getting up.